Hey y'all, hey, let's get into another message. I am Naomi. Welcome to the space. How you doing today? How you doing? So we have radiant aura, moving in purpose. Every move you make is on purpose, for purpose. Every move you make is on purpose, for purpose. You're being relocated by divine design. Wherever I go, purpose follows. I bring alignment with me. Okay, so I feel like this ties into the last message because the song was Stay. So I'm going to go with another song message. The song was Stay by Neo featuring PD Crack. Que lindema. Que la que lindema. All right, let's see what this today my speech is like boo 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 boo. I feel that it's just channeling energy though. So there's a lot of energy here. Radiant aura, moving in purpose. Let's get some clarity on that. Song representing Only Human. Only Human by Jeffrey Osborne. Now I don't know that song like that. That's an old school. I'm only human. Ba-da-ba-da. Don't ask me for too much, too fast. I'm only human. Let me see. I'll be so very careful not to hurt you. I'm only human, baby. Oh, don't ask me for too much, too fast. Let me see what the lyrics said. He says, sensitive is what I am. Make no mistake about it. 'Cause something telling me it means so much to me. Let me see what he says. Yes. Sensitive is, that's what I am. Make no mistakes about it. 'Cause little things certainly mean so much to me. See? Maybe I should tell you that I have my faults and there are no guarantees. Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm only human. And that's what he said. Don't ask me for too much too fast. I'll be so very careful not to ever hurt you. And then emotional, that's what I am. Feelings run deep inside me. I trust my heart and usually it never lets me down. But every now and then I guess I lose my way like people often do. And that just goes to prove. So I'm only human, You know I love you. It's easy to see that I do. And I'll always be the best I can. But girl, I'm just a man. Yeah. So here we go with this. Patience. Please be patient. If we both believe, we will make changes as we go. Okay, so this again is like this energies of like expectations. It's like a little nervousness of like getting it wrong. And there's a move that's in this energy, right? Every move you make is on purpose, for purpose. So I feel like it's an energy of a reminder that, even though this is new, and, there's an energy of I'm only human. Like, I may make mistakes. I may mess up. I may not get it wrong. I love you. I'm going to be careful not to hurt you. Like, I feel like this is the energy of someone saying, like, I really, really, really do care about you. Like, you're valuable to me. Like, you're very important to me, and because it says you're moving in purpose. So we'll get more clarity on that because I don't know what the move is. So let's see what the move is about. What cards do I want to start with? Let's get the tarot here. Let's see what the move is about. What is this move? That's too many cards. That's too many cards right there. What is this move about? that's supporting this clarity of this message, that wants to be relayed to the beautiful, innately joyous beings. How many cards is that? I just want one card. I do see the Two of Cups here, right? So traditional tarot, that is a soulmate energy. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so we have telepathy here and the divine counterpart. Under the deck, we have the energy of the sun. So for my deck, you know, this is emanation. So things becoming enlightened, illumination, pineal and third eye activations, awakening from slumber, incoming light codes to dormant DNA, divine masculine energy, exposure, joy, and heart consciousness, right? So listening to his heart. Then he said that in the song. He said he's very sentient. And where did he say it? He says, I trust my heart and usually it never lets me down. So this is the energy of moving in heart consciousness, right? Not just being logistical, but also understanding that the heart itself has its own information and system. The heart basically lets you know, I'm hearing, the heart lets you know evil alert, you know. It's like the heart lets you know, basically, you know, the heart to me is the communicator, energetic communicator, where like the throat chakra is the communicator that turns the cosmic energy into matter, right? It makes things physical in your reality, confirmation. The heart chakra, though, it talks to your environment about you and what you desire. Okay, so it says, no, I don't want that. So I'm going to call that into my environment so that I can know that's not what I want. Or I'm going to call that into my environment because I'm in alignment and I know that's what I want. So there's, you know, emotions are very high right here with this song. I'm only human. But it's saying that the radiant aura moving in purpose. So that means that there's an alignment energy here, even though it feels new. So we have a divine counterpart energy here where there's honest telepathy that's happening here. And they're saying there's an ending of a cycle, a time for celebration, for hard work paying off, a portal's mirroring of mastery, giving birth, travel, crystallization of an idea, fulfillment is here. So this is my card of Saturn, which is traditionally the world card in traditional tarot, right? Which means like, you know, endings of cycles. And it is like a more of a portal card, where you kind of have like the four corners, and I believe they are the fixed signs that kind of show like the different seasons, and angels as well. This card for me though, with Saturn for me has been representing for me lately the energy of lessons of authenticity. That everybody looks at the energies of Saturn as you know, limitations and restrictions, right? And suppression. I feel that the energy of Saturn for me, as I understand it, of having to experience that energy very strongly in my chart, is it's all lessons of authenticity. You know, it's a pressuring of being who you actually came here to be. And so that's before you were, you know, taught anything. That's understanding who you originally were. So this is a celebration of authenticity, moving in purpose, radiant aura. Okay, so wherever it is that you're going, right, it's saying that is by divine design. So I want to get more information on that, because I feel like the emotions is kind of running high. So what needs to be seen right now to kind of like calm the turbulent waters in a way in this new cycle, because this is like an energy of celebration. What needs to be seen, and for clarity and truth. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, so we got a lot of romantic energy here. So there's communication between counterparts that are here, like romance, and even like the song Only Human is like, a romantic 90s song, you know what I mean? Like old school. That's like an old school song. That's not Jodeci, that's Jeffrey Osborne. Like he talking about sensitive is what I am. You know what I'm saying? That's like slow dance. That's not even necessarily like grinding. Like that's just like, I don't even know. It's romantic. Okay, so unexpectedly asked on a date, a call, a text, some type of communication here. And there is, oh, we got two cards. We got business and pleasure and sexual healing. Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. I did channel Marvin Gaye's energy the other day. Marvin Gaye to me is like a mixture of, baby making music and also, very conscious music. So travel is here definitely also with Saturn and the World card, or the Zenith card in my tarot deck. Travel is here also with that. So we have business and pleasure mode, creativity, flourishing, dream, home and business with divine counterpart, extension of wealth and legacy, domestic and foreign, in alignment with cycles, fulfillment individually and in union, success, lucrative, protected, and then the sexual energy too. Physical, sexual union, post-energetic, aligned, divine counterparts, greatest sex ever. So yeah, business and pleasure. So this is like travel, together, in support of one another. And, it looks good. Like, I don't see nothing going crazy, but I feel like there's a nervousness again, because with the divine counterparts, I feel like we're coming into an energy in general with divine counterparts. It's like we've never done this before. We've never done this before, not like this. So it feels really big, and it's like, I need you to know who I am, so that you know that I'm doing the very best that I can. I need some grace and leniency though, because I'm only human, I've done something like this before, and it's turned out in ways that I would hope that our connection would excel, beyond that. You know what I mean? So it's just like there's still kind of like some past energy and memories still here. But there's business and pleasure here, so it looks like it's very romantic, it's very loving, it's very sensual, sexual, and lucrative in a healthy way, because it's in purpose, radiant aura, moving in purpose. So there's nothing sleazy or slutty or nasty in a way that is dishonoring of anybody. It's the greatest sex ever, right? So let's see what else we could get. Let's see, is there any other intention that I'm missing to relay to make this message clear? So we have solar plexus, a DNA upgrade for light beings from the cosmos, and self-realization. So yeah, this is a big thing with DNA upgrades. It's written on 2 cards here: DNA upgrades, use of authentic personal power, and more, individual and as a collective consciousness, a DNA upgrade. So again, with the DNA upgrades, for me, my understanding is the releasing of the fear to allow the light to be able to be held by the DNA and to unlock the junk, quote unquote, DNA that actually has, the codes and keys of remembrance. Okay. And most likely would be of support in this new place where it says you're being relocated by divine design. So even like with that divine design, it feels like it's blueprint energy. Wherever I go, purpose follows. I bring enlightenment with me. And solar plexus has to do with personal willpower, saying yes, saying no, authenticity, taking action, the energy of the sun, right? Your personal sun, your energy. So yeah, it all ties into that. Let me get another card here. Yeah. It's just showing, divine counterparts really being aware of one another in this time and space, on a physical, and recognizing the link in consciousness that directly affects them in each other's worlds. So the mirroring is becoming more visible. And I feel like there's more vulnerability as well here, which is a beautiful thing. And it may be new to be this vulnerable and emotional, especially as a man, right? But I also feel like with the radiant aura moving in purpose, I feel like there's just a reiteration that vulnerability is also very beautiful, and that the masculine looks very beautiful, not, like they look radiant, they look beautiful from the inside. In this energy, moving in purpose, is bringing a different frequency and vibe. And, the feminine does as well, look very radiant and beautiful. I think it's mutual here, that they're both aware of each other and they both see each other's radiant aura. I feel that also this is representing right now that, a lot of the elusive energies are clearing themselves out, and, the auras of divine counterparts, they are now being able to see each other's auras. So before, we had a lot of confusion of who is twin flame, who is my soulmate, etc. A lot of confusion, and some of this was very purposeful, to keep dynamics like this at bay because of how powerful they are. Now, this is a cosmic thing that's happening. These auras are seen, and it's just period. There is a recognition of one another. There is an awareness of one another, and the roles that they've been playing in each other's lives. Okay, so this is beautiful. It's a message of vulnerability and emotion, and of care and understanding one another. So I want to get an oracle from my oracle for my book, Fruit of the Womb, Secrets of Divine Counterparts, Ancestral Wealth, and the Healing Power of Creation. So you can definitely go to my description box to get more information on how you can get more information about that. Let me see if you are interested. Let's see. And put these cards back. Let's make space. So I'm like already cleaning up the table, which I didn't need to do that. But I feel like this is what's happening. Like the space is being made for each other right now. So we're going to see what this oracle deck is talking about right here. Okay, so we got a card that came out here, and it says harmony begins within. Before union comes balance between the inner masculine and inner feminine. Okay, support assessing how inner polarities are relating to each other. So first internal and then external. Let me get a card here. It's an inside job. That's a channel. Okay, it says the womb is not just a portal, it is where the story changes, the resurrection chamber. Reminder to speak into the womb's role as transformer of past energy into future truth. So I'm going to read that. So we have the number 10, and let me see who's the 10th angel here. Aladia, angel of second chances, who provides strength to forgive, resolve past karmas with patience, and access spiritual and material abundance. Aladia helps in healing past errors, resolving them with kindness, and offers the path to a new spiritual and material future. Okay, forgive. So I'm just going to say with the forgiveness energy, because that comes up. For me, forgiveness, you know, everybody agrees that forgiveness is for you, right? And there's a book that I've read a long time ago with one of my schooling lists. It was called Love Without Conditions by Paul Ferrini. And one thing that was written in that book said, you are the only one you need to forgive. And it was a very, the quote stuck with me because it really just took the focus from it being external and making it more internal. So with that, harmony begins within. I feel like if there's any forgiveness work, that needs to be done, like if the masculine or the feminine is looking at themselves like, I'm only human, I make mistakes, like don't hold me to such high standards. That also has a frequency and vibration with it that is asking for forgiveness, and it's forgiveness of the self, because really, like I talked about with the heart is literally where forgiveness and compassion lives when we talk about the heart chakra. So if you're still holding this guilty type of man or woman in your heart, and feelings of or thoughts of imperfection, and however that stirs how you feel and how you show up in life, that communicates to people in your world, right? And they'll just bring in experiences for you to clear it. So if you are able to forgive yourself and lighten your energy already, that's supportive to you, because you're the only one that you need to forgive. Like, you're the one that walks around with that heaviness. You know what I mean? It's you. We each have to live with ourselves. So that's a word. So let me just see. It says, well, the other thing that I wanted to say was with forgiveness, I feel that part is, true. And then the other part about forgiveness is, I feel that forgiveness is a transmutable energy. And I talk about this in my book as well. Forgiveness is something that we get to recapture that energy, and we get to send it out as prayer or ask for it to be returned to us, because energy is never destroyed, right? It's only transformed. So it's an opportunity, and like I said, with this angel, second chances. Let me just see. So the forgiveness, I feel like a perspective that's being offered right now is forgiveness offers second chances, and not second chances from like, please baby please. It's second chances from like, I get to create anew, afresh. Like, I can take the lessons that I've learned, I can release myself from the imprisonment, and I can send love into the world, or I can create something beautiful from this experience to honor the fact that I even went through this and got to this point. However, it comes to your own mind. I just want to look at this angel one more time. It says every day is a second chance. This is from UCM.Center. Right? It says, allows us to resolve our karmas by understanding them with patience and kindness. It allows us to access spiritual and material abundance. So I feel that, and that ties into that business and pleasure, right? So there's a tie into that with this angel energy, this angle that we're being access to see, given access to see through the light that we're able to receive through the DNA. So this is all connected. So hopefully you get in everything that I'm saying, because it's all interconnected. So the business and pleasure with the counterpart is connected to being able to release yourself from any imprisonment of unforgiveness, to then transmute that energy through forgiveness so that you walk around lighter and you're actually able to receive what it is that you're worthy of, what your soul actually wants, right? Because your soul came here to experience exactly that in your human form. So if you're only human, but you also are a soul, so you came here as a soul in human form to experience your soul through your unique human form. So it's that part. It's like so much here. Yeah, and it's like getting access again to like an inner child energy. Look, it says reinsertion in society. So I don't know, like, if this is like people who have been imprisoned in some kind of way, whether that be like literal or figuratively, divine grace that absolves and pardons all faults. Help the underprivileged, new beginnings, a second chance, regeneration, flourishing, health, great healing power, innocence, spiritual and material abundance. Yeah. So you can imagine what would be the opposite of those kind of things. That it is, transforming. So, everyone is, has their own individual things going on. But I felt like there was something else that I wanted to say with that forgiveness energy. But at the end of the day, it's all intertwined. Everything that I've been saying is all connected. So if you're able to see like the key to this radiant aura and moving in purpose and moving in this next chapter is releasing yourself from that imprisonment of thinking that you're not good enough, or you're going to mess up because you did in the past, and you still holding yourself not accountable but guilty for it. Then you get to release that, and then you get to, as you're releasing that, then you open space for more memory, remembering the light entering your DNA, going out into the sun, receiving the light codes, activating that pineal gland, being able to see beyond what you've been seeing in the limiting perspective, if this resonates, and then being able to now have the heart energy start to manifest what it actually desires without the lesson aspect of it. Yeah, remembering my childhood hopes and dreams, realizing now, yeah, like what your child actually wanted, like your inner child. Okay, so let's see, let's go to page 8 through 10. Let me just pick a certain part from my book, Fruit of the Womb. Let's see. All right, quote. The womb as oracle and returning to sovereign communication. The womb is more than a place where life is made. She is a resurrection chamber, a life bringer, a remembrance portal. She carries frequency, legacy, and divine memory. She receives messages not only for the individual, but for the collective. Women throughout time, especially those that attuned to earth and cosmos, have earned this knowing, have carried this knowing. They felt the shifts before they came. They held awareness of what had led to the collapse of civilizations, the disruptions of lineages, the forgetting of truth. Much of this wisdom remains unwritten, only lived, passed in energy, in blood, in sensation, encoded directly into the womb. End quote. I'm gonna leave it there. That's from my book, The Fruit of the Womb. So what I feel like, because the sexual energy came up in this reading, right? So what I'm getting is like a reminder that, you know, especially when the man and the woman comes together and the man is still holding certain energies, and the woman too. This is a resurrection chamber. It is a space where things are born, where energy channels through, right? With that Saturn energy, the zenith, right? It talked about birth, travel, crystallization, right? This is the portal in the traditional tarot. It is where the story ends, and then you go back into the fool's journey again, which is like child energy, childlike energy, risk taking. So it's a birthing of something new. And if that energy is still present, it gets reborn into the next cycle, it gets reincarnated. So I feel like there is an importance that I'm being shown to relay how important the sexual energy is in it, even if it is the greatest sex, and the sex is healing. It's just important to understand how we cooking, like what the ingredients are, because you're dealing with pure creative energy when you're dealing with sexual energy. Yeah. Is there any closing message here? Yep, so pay attention to signs and synchronicities, the things that you're listening to. You know, the songs may have messages in them, ancestral messages, angel messages, showing you that you're on the right track, to keep going, to be encouraged. 222, 1111, 444, 333, 111. Okay. The things that you're ingesting, the things that you're watching, you're listening to, people's conversations, billboards, messages on t-shirts, golden tongue wisdom, I think is significant right now as well. And just continuing to love on yourself. So being compassionate through like how you're feeding yourself, through the way that you ingest things, right? Yeah. Yeah, it says let's do brunch. So again, it could be communication coming through in many different ways. Okay, but this is the radiant aura moving in purpose. So wherever you're going, you're being guided is what it's saying. You're being relocated by divine design. So I bring alignment with me. So if you feel like you're missing out on something, just remember that you're guided and you're on the right track. So pay attention and keep your eye out for messages that confirm that to you, so that you know from inside yourself you're on the right track. It doesn't necessarily have to be externally validated for you. All right, people, that is the message. All my information is in the description box. You have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.